am mildly depressed after the walk on the dry riverbed, but such depression is nothing compared to the realizations that hit me during that afternoon on the game drive. We encounter a pride of lions trying to hide in the tall grass from the wagon train of vehicles encircling them. It reminds me of the zoos I detest and the reason I don't visit them. There have been reports of cheetah nearby, and in our search for the elusive creature, I think to myself that if I were her, I would find a water source and stay close. I hope she can stay hidden from the oglers, where the lions have been unsuccessful. Internally, I curse these intruders, of which I am one. I don't care if I see her. I wish only for her to be safe and that she can survive until the late February rains. And I pray they will come. I realize I am actually willing to give up the quest that has brought me to this land for the security of the cheetah herself. Could this be the purpose of the trip? I still long to know that purpose. I am here for a reason. I have been brought here to go through these tests, to combat these demons. But I serve a greater purpose that I have yet to discover. I wonder if this is the answer, that I am willing to give up the cheetah for her own well-being. And I touch my fingers to the diamond studs. Bwana watches me with interest. He has gotten in tune with this power. I watch him push skepticism aside and become a willing participant in the drama he himself has helped to stage. He is getting to know Mom. In not more than a moment, I have my answer. We leave the throngs of onlookers with the lion pride and start back to camp. As I touch the earrings, we round a bend and look down upon the dust that is the Wasunero River. In the foreground is a troop of vervets hopping from branch to branch, using twigs from the nearby trees for dental floss. But it is what is beyond these characters, below us on the dry riverbed, that presents me with the answers I seek, my reason for being here. There is a herd of 5 elephants on the red earth. The matriarch and her youngest baby stand side by side, taking turns dipping their trunks into a hole dug by the mama down to the water below the dry surface. Everyone is mesmerized as they watch the baby pushing its mother out of the way to get to the precious water. 3 others await their turn at the well as baboons and gazelles close slowly from the edges of the dry river. A crocodile lurks close by. This watering hole will be of no use for them, we are told. When the elephants have had their drink, they will cover the hole and move on. We watch, fascinated. Then suddenly I am filled with grief and dread. This is my answer, my confirmation that this is my lesson to learn. Sadness envelops me. It washes over me as I center the herd in my viewfinder. Such incredible beauty is speaking aloud of a quiet, ugly desperation. I turn to Bwana and tell him I know what the theme of this safari is. It isn't babies. It is the drought. He is quiet for a while as he takes in the scene below with his mind and his cannon. He knows me well enough not to discount me, but he fights this revelation. Then he says simply, I like babies better. So do I. So does every one of us. Having an affirmative theme is particularly important to Christopher, who has brought us here for the experience of a lifetime. He doesn't want the drought to be forefront in our memories of this journey. He wants everyone to have a good experience. I can understand this, but the true theme of this safari is evident, and willing it to be something different will not matter to any of us who can read the signs. And in the back of his mind, Christopher aches, for he knows what I say is true. I am quiet as we head back across the bridge toward camp. Dolores is bored and asks her standard question more than once. Each time our guide passes another vehicle, he has a short conversation with them in Swahili. Once again, I think I hear the word Duma, but am not sure. When we sail past the sign to our camp, to Dee's dismay, I know we are not yet finished for the day. Our driver is looking for something, scanning the horizon in the fading light. Bwana asks him what he's looking for, and he says, there was a Duma around here. I knew it. My heart beats faster. I pop up through the roof and survey the landscape. Part of me whispers to her to stay hidden. Part of me aches to see her with the afternoon sun igniting her golden coat. to gaze into her gaze behind the ancient tear streaks down her face. Both parts of me poise for either possibility as I scan the landscape. The Duma is gone, though, and once more I have been teased beyond belief. I wonder to myself if this isn't some sort of sick joke Mom is trying to pull to test my conviction. I struggle with myself and my own true motivation. I try to persuade myself that I don't care, that I am glad that she avoided us, that she is safe and probably headed for the hills. I am in need of your strength, and I draw from you halfway around the globe. You hold me, and you tell me to breathe. And I breathe in the last of the dying light. The tests are hardest at Larsen's camp. I am thrown off balance. What was a joy to me has now become sadness. I agonize over what we will find at our final destination, the Masai Mara, where we will go tomorrow. The savannah, the virtual edge of the Serengeti. We have left green far behind at Finch Hatton's and know only the colors of dust here at Larsen's. The acacia trees are being destroyed by the elephants due to the lack of sweetgrass. They push over the trees with their sheer bulk, strip the bark, and eat it to sustain themselves. The landscape suffers, and forests become savanna. They eliminate the bark, and as their dung decomposes, left behind is a rope of sorts that the birds use to build their nests in the thorn trees. The circle of life? I struggle with what has now become to me the circle of death. The last image I have of Larsen's lifts me from my funk. While we had been touring in the bush yesterday afternoon, I noticed that digging had been going on in the riverbed down from my tent. That evening, I take a Maui bot dress with me to the store owner, who has been so nice to me during our stay. I had bought a caftan and some lovely beads in her store, and now I would give her a dress from my bag to free up some space and to leave behind something of myself. She graciously accepts. I ask her what the digging is for in the riverbed at the far end of the camp. She tells me they are digging a trench for the animals. My heart fills with gratitude. I ask her who pays for the labor, and she tells me that the community gives their time freely to do this, and that when her shift is over, she will join them. My soul literally swells, and I tell her so as I tuck her card away and tuck away the memory of one more lesson learned.